Hello audience! Hey, here I am again. So I'm gonna try and improvise for videos. So I've seen 2 new movies today. I'm gonna do a movie review for both of them. Possibly 3 today. Hey. But today I am going to be doing a movie review for The Gallows. The Gallows. The Gallows. Okay. So I'm just gonna warn everyone that there will be spoilers, but I will warn you when they're coming up. So I'll be giving a summary of the movie, giving my opinion, what they could have done better, what they did good, and what I would rate it out of 10. So The Gallows is a scary movie basically about, it's during a play, and this person named Charlie, they were supposed to act like he was getting hanged in the set, but I guess something went wrong, like a prop malfunction, and he ended up actually hanging himself during the play, and he died. So what continues to happen is, okay, I'm just gonna do a spoiler alert because I feel like I'm gonna accidentally say it anyways. What ends up actually happening is that they try to do the play again, and jumping ahead, what they find out is that the person who was originally supposed to be hanged backed down, and someone else became the person who got hanged, and that was the boyfriend of the lover in the play, who is supposed to be the last kiss before the person was hanged. So this is about to get really confusing because the movie is very confusing if you do not pay attention to it at all. So what happens is that there's this football freshman who, actually I don't know what grade he was in. He's just a football player, and he's being forced to do this play because of I don't know if it's because of his grades or credits or such, but he's being forced to do it, and he's the leading act. Now remember, this is the same leading act as Charlie who got hanged. Ooh, I don't want my camera to shake. So, and also I'm probably gonna be having background music playing in the background. So if that's annoying, please let me know if it's too quiet or too loud. I would love to know. Ooh, excuse me. Where was I? Okay, yeah, with the Charlie guy. So, his best friend who films the play, he comes up with the idea of sneaking in at night and wrecking the set. So then when they wreck the set, nobody will know who did it, and they'll be forced to stop the play. So when they go in there, I'm not sure what caused it. I'm not sure if it was them going in at night, them trying to wreck the place, or someone showing up, which I'm going to talk about later on in the video, or if it was the cameraman who said Charlie's name 3 times. He says Charlie, 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 and I don't know if it's like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, but basically continuing on, what happens is, if you pay attention real closely, so the girlfriend, she's breaking pots in the background, the guy with the camera is like kicking over fake prop trees, and then the lead actor, he's got a power drill and he's unscrewing the I can't remember what they're called, but there's those big platforms where they hang people and the platform falls out from under. He's unscrewing that, and he takes off the staircase and he puts it on top and then takes off the noose. Now when they head back up and they're about to leave, they run into the lover of the play. Now remember this person. So what happens is that they're just talking and everything, and then they decide they need to go. It's time to go before they get caught. On their way out, this door that's always unlocked becomes locked out of nowhere. It doesn't move. There's no phone reception. No phones work. Every single door is locked except for the office, locker rooms, and any access to the playrooms and the storage and everything else. Kinda creepy if you ask me. That's why I don't go at school at night, not at least anymore, because I did it to my high school and that was not fun. So basically, if we were to continue on, if you were to rewind before what happens here, they find the guy with the camera. He's screwing around in the prop room. He comes across this mask, and if you can remember back into the Renaissance era, the executioners, they would have the black mask over their face when you could only see their eyes. Sometimes they would have an axe, sometimes they pull the rope and the blade comes down, or sometimes they just pull the lever and the guy gets hanged. So, the person who was hanged in the original play in the beginning, he was supposed to be the executioner, but since the person who wanted to be the main actor who wanted to back down, that ended up putting the person who's the executioner up at the top as the leading play. And he was the girlfriend of the lover in the first play. So, once they realize the doors are locked, they backtrack their way back to the main stage. Once they get there, they realize the plants that they kicked over are back set up, and then the platform, the stairs are back up perfectly, and the noose is tied tighter than it was before. When it was originally tied, it was just like a little, if you were to just throw the rope and it'd wrap up. It was legitimately tied into a noose as if someone was ready to get hanged in real life or something. Someone tied it, which is kind of creepy, once again, if you ask me. And so continuing on, they end up wandering around the building. They come across a hallway. The hallway no one else has ever found, and as they maneuver around it, they come across one room, and I believe it was the janitor's office. And they find a TV that repeats the hanging over and over and over. And when he looks closely, it shows the picture of the people getting hanged. Or not the people getting hanged, it shows the play picture of all the people. And what happens is that, I wish I really could remember the characters' names. The main character, who's the new lead actor in the play, in the present time, he takes off running. And they end up coming across the picture. He flips it over and he figures out that the person who backed down and made the executioner be the lead actor was his dad. So if you end up watching the movie before he ends up going to do this, if you can remember correctly, his dad saying, "You are not backing down out of this play. It's not happening again." And he had no idea what he was talking about, but the dad did. That's the exact reason why. Mind blown, am I right? So basically, leading on, what happens is that everyone's sitting there, and they hear footsteps, like on the roof above them, and they hear like creaking noises, like someone's walking across a wooden floor. Because right above them is the stage, and it's, you know, those wooden platforms that you walk across. They're the single leg platforms with the little arm stands that you gotta walk across. It's where they drop like the sacks and stuff, and they have to pull them up with the rope. And I don't know how you really explain it. It's like the top installation addicts of the theater, and they hear something walking, and then all of a sudden the blonde girlfriend, something ties around her neck, and she starts getting dragged backwards, upwards, and then they pull her back down. And when they remove the rope, they didn't even remove a rope. All around her neck are rope burns. Like as if someone grabbed a rope and went like that around her neck. Like that. So they decided they definitely need to get out of here. So they were running around through the classrooms trying to unlock every door and such. Nothing's working. Every door is locked except the ones I mentioned. Pretty soon, they look up and they see a vent. They think they can escape through the vent. So the guy with the camera who originally came up with the idea of breaking into the school, he's flipping out at this point. He's yelling, "Charlie, Charlie, Charlie, why don't you come out and show yourself?" I don't know if that was even the smartest idea, because by the time he climbed up the ladder, he got launched backwards and he ended up breaking his leg. So they're sitting there right next to him, and they're like trying to shake him and get him up. They tell the blonde girl to watch, his girlfriend to watch him, while the other two run off and go check and find somewhere to go. They're running back, and then all of a sudden, the girl comes back. She's yelling for help, and telling her, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be watching him. All of a sudden they hear a slam of the doors, and they trying to get the doors open, they can't hear, and they hear yelling, and then they hear, go, get the hell away from me, stay away from me, please, I'm sorry. When they come back, there's no one there, just a cell phone. The camera got cell phone. It's getting good. So, long story short, when they end up looking at his phone, it ends up doing the replay of what happens. And what happens is when right when she walked away and she went to go scream for help, the door slammed shut. All of a sudden, the shadow starts coming, and he looks up at where the platform is. And if I'm correct, the noose isn't there anymore. It's gone. Someone took it. And when he turns back, there's this guy with a mask over his face, and if I'm correct, it's the executioner's face, or the executioner mask. He's got the noose in his hand. He's holding it like right there at his side, with the slack like wrapped around his shoulder. And basically what happens is that all of a sudden he's gone, and he's looking around and he's wondering where he is. And then he flips the camera to look at him, and there's a rope tied around his neck. All of a sudden he gets pulled all the way up, and he's just gone. Gone. Pretty soon they all end up splitting up again like idiots. And the guy who has the main leading role, he takes off running. He takes off running to the locker room. He's got his cell phone. Well, no, it's yeah, it's his cell phone. He's using it for light. Well, he's using the camera first as he's trying to break open the window, but his camera runs out of light. So he runs to get his phone, and when he comes back, the table he was standing on is gone. It just disappears. Excuse me. It's just gone. All of a sudden he hears a phone ringing. It's his phone, and he was just holding on to it, which is the weird part. So he makes a run for the locker rooms. He's trying to open the locker, which has the phone in there. He has a trophy. And then the other girl, who's the lover in the present play, follows him. He's trying to bash it open and everything, and then finally it's open. And then he manages to get the phone out, and when he answers it, someone else's voice. It's Charlie speaking his original role, which is the creepy part. He throws his phone, and then the camera does a transition over to the blonde girl. She's using the red infrared vision on the camera. And then you can see in the background, which was really good, Charlie sneaking up right behind her. She starts to freak out, and she moves the camera up closer to like check her hair and everything. And she's like all on fleek and everything. And then when she pulls the camera away, there's a noose around her neck. She gets yanked so hard her shoe falls off. I shit you not. Literally, that was all that was left. She goes flying past the door, and then she goes up. Let's go, bye-bye. And basically, continuing on, they end up running around and stuff, and they end up going up. They find a fire alarm. They pulled the fire alarm. That led Charlie straight to them. Now, remember, they don't have any light source anymore. I believe they still have a phone, but they haven't realized that they can use it as a flashlight, which is kind of stupidity right there. But I should stop really leaving this laptop on. The thing is if you've ever been in a fire situation or something with a fire alarm, the red light's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna give you a brief second of light, and then it gets flashed out again. Like, go be light cover, light cover, light cover. It's gonna be red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black. Sorry if I'm not giving a good example here, but I'm trying. And basically what I'm trying to go with here is that pretty soon it becomes obvious that there's gonna be a jump scare. All of a sudden he appears there, and then he's gone when it goes black. They take off running, and they're climbing up a ladder. She's coming up, grabs his leg, he kicks him off. Long story short, they go up into the top, close it, hatch, he's banging it, blah blah blah. It's not opening. Then they find the bodies in the picture. It's honestly, I was expecting some type of plot twist to kick in there. That hasn't kicked in yet, which was not really good, I guess. It's kind of stupid. And basically what happens is They're about to run out, and the door's finally open, and I don't know what the guy was doing. Vagina call! He liked the girl, evidently. So when he made her run, she sounded like she was being strangled. So he had the choice of either just keep on running and go to safety, or he could turn around and go save the girl and get laid. He goes for the girl. He makes his way back, and the girl wasn't even being strangled. She was laying there on the floor. Turns out, all of a sudden the spotlight turns on. They have to act out the role. He's telling her to go and to stop doing it, and she keeps on going with the play. She keeps on going with it. Until finally, until Charlie legitimately hangs the guy with the main role. Then he comes over and grabs her hand, and they lift their hands up and they do the bow. All you hear is a clap, and then a light, everything turns on. And all you see is the lovers, the girlfriend from the first original play of Charlie. She's clapping, watching the play. Now it skips ahead, and it shows two cops breaking down a door, running into a building. And what soon happens is after they run in, as soon as they run in, they run through the hallway, and they split up. Of course, white people tactics of stupidity in a scary movie. So the cop runs in, and then there's two girls sitting in the bed. It's both of the same quote-unquote lovers from both plays. It becomes pretty obvious that it's mother and daughter. The cop's trying to radio in for his partner. He looks out through the hallway, and also his partner goes flying across the hallway with a noose around his neck, getting hanged. He turns around, the door slams, and Charlie pops out, and the whole thing goes black. And that's the end of the movie. Now, the thing I liked about this movie is that it brought a new perspective into a movie. It wasn't like your Paranormal Activity and what's not. Like, it was still a ghost, but it wasn't your average ghost. I mean, it's a ghost that kills people by hanging them. It's not like a demon or something. There's no way of getting rid of it, which is even better. Now, the things I wish they could have done better is that they had to go with the cliche camera, like Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch Project, and all that with the cliche camera. We've seen that too many times, and they could have done more than just that. And also, the acting was kind of bad. There was no story to build up off of it. There were so many times that add in like Easter eggs or references or hidden aspects of it. They never did, which also upsetted me. If I would have to give this a scale to 0 to 10 on my rating chart, I would have to give it an 8. And off of the scary chart, I would give it maybe a 9, maybe a 7. There were a couple jump scares. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first movie review. Sorry that's kind of long. I will be doing the Ant-Man 3D one pretty soon. And I'll be doing an Insidious Chapter 3 later tonight. Oh my god. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I forgot the punchline. No, I'm just kidding. This has been Teddy Plays All. Now with the movie reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found this helpful. I do recommend you watch that movie. Yeah, it was pretty good. It got me thinking for a while. It's kind of like Unfriended. I might do a movie review on that too. That'd be a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Where Did I Make? Stay awesome, guys. Love you all. Bye to the bye.